Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Cylinder guard for a deadbolt. Okay, sure.
Okay, I think I have a model number. Hopefully you can let me know if this works out properly.
Okay.
Okay, so on your catalog, it is under Keedex K-24-4.
Keedex K-24. Okay. Okay, sir, I'm familiar with it.
Oh, okay. And then, okay, so the one, basically anything that's sort of a satin brass will work, so if you have any other recommendations. And then when I'm looking at I have an M-Tech deadbolt. And the M-Tech one, let's see, it says, I have a picture of it where it shows the lock cylinder diameter, and it's 1 3/8.
Okay, which M-Tech deadbolt do you have?
Let's see here. Oops, let me look up the model number. I'm looking at the picture, but this is, it is the 8367.
Well, that includes an escutcheon trim for that cylinder, doesn't it?
It does, I think so.
So
I don't know I was hoping to get one where apparently the cylinder guards, I heard they spin, so somebody can't lock down on them and turn them.
So with this M-Tech deadbolt, it's going to include a piece of equipment that is going to be a trim ring or a finished ring, or complete the look of the lock. I couldn't see using this Keedex item or any cylinder guard like that, cylinder collar for this M-Tech lock whatsoever.
So you don't think it would work, huh?
Oh, it wouldn't fit.
I'm sorry?
It simply wouldn't fit.
Oh, crap. Okay. So how did... Mm-hmm.
If you were to ditch, part of the cylinder ring on the outside, you might be able to make that work. But are you expecting someone to try to attack your lock with a pipe wrench?
What had happened was in the kind of business area, there were 4 businesses that were attempted to be broken into, and they're all lined up. And the only one that wasn't broken into was the one with the spinny cylinder thing.
Yeah. Well, this M-Tech deadbolt, is going to give you that sort of concept, except, and I'm not really familiar with M-Tech deadbolts, being that it's residential in nature. But I doubt that outside escutcheon or rose is going to turn at all, because I'm sure that the inside is threaded into it. However, you really can't get your hand onto the head of the cylinder itself, so it sure wouldn't be an easy way to get in that door, to try to spin all of that, because you've got the tailpiece, you've got the 2 screws that are going through the latch. I don't know that I would be so concerned about a amateur attempt to get into the door.
Oh, I see. Okay, so normally, yeah, the other folks didn't give me many details as to how they pop that thing off, but so this isn't one of those things they can put vice grips on and rotate, or...
Well, could you fit could you fit vice grips onto this? Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah.
But I don't see being able to spin that off. I can't speak intelligently about how I would break into your door, but that wouldn't be the way. Putting a wrench on the head of that M-Tech cylinder.
I see.
A cylinder guard is used like when you have a lock set that does not feature the sort of outside trim that you have here on this M-Tech deadbolt.
Where it's just the lock cylinder part that's sort of stuck into the door?
Yeah, exactly. Like you'd see on aluminum storefront doors where you have literally just the head of the cylinder outside. And the difference also is that the way that the cylinder in those scenarios are held into the lock body is by a single small set screw. Whereas something like this, again, you're going to have the 2 screws from the inside going through the latch bolt and then into the tapped holes in the back of the cylinder. But then you're also going to have the tail piece that's going to go through the latch bolt and then into the thumb turn on the inside. So not only, you've got 3 pieces of metal going through the latch bolt, through the door, that are all going to resist that cylinder from rotating.
I see.
You would not break the lock that way. You'd take the fender of the pickup truck and back into the door and just damage the door to get in.
Oh, okay. All right. So that works then. Well, thank you for all the information.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously an in-swinging door. What type of door is this?
It's one of the doors with, I'm not too versed on different types of door types, but this is the door with a window in it.
And is the styles of the door like really small, like about 2 inch?
What was the width of it? Let's see here. Let's see. So I don't know if that's the backset measurement, maybe? Is it 2 3/8 inches? That's what I was given.
Okay, so we're talking about just the door. We want to make sure that this lock will actually fit onto your door. If you already know that, great, that it will actually fit. But a door with a window, do you mean like aluminum and glass?
No, it's a wooden door with a piece of glass inlaid into the middle of it.
Oh, yeah, I probably wouldn't worry about this deadbolt working. I think it sounds like you're okay. I don't believe there's any additional hardware I can sell you to help prevent a break-in, with the exception of a latch guard. But because of the fact that it's a deadbolt and that bolt's going in 1 inch into the strike plate and jam already, yeah. Security beyond this would be an alarm system, things of that nature.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I'm going with the alarm system and also the security window film as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had no idea the cylinder guard existed until we visited some of the shops nearby that said they had broken in. They're like, hey, this worked for them. But I guess since you mentioned it doesn't really, not needed for this specific. I think they were using really old style deadbolts too. And so maybe the old style ones, like you mentioned, were just less secure than these newer types.
That would be impossible to compare, one unknown quantity to another. But there are different types of deadbolts that you would incorporate a cylinder guard concept into. Mm-hmm. But I don't really know if that's going to yield a measurable difference for you. Meaning, is it worth to change the deadbolt? Again, putting a wrench on the top of that deadbolt and trying to get it to spin. I've never seen anyone try to do it. Just never. I mean, I'd break the glass and I'd reach in and open the door.
Yeah, I'm set up to have a deadbolt on both sides, and so
a double cylinder, sure.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll keep them out as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've
got what I need then.
Yeah, I've got Blink cameras. Just if you were to Google the name Blink, I know of movement like within seconds. So it's just, it's an easy, cheap. I mean, they're not. Blink is, the camera system's not going to call the police department for you, but you're going to know within seconds of somebody moving. That's for sure. Anyway, best of luck.
All right. Thank you very much for your help.
Sure thing. Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.